Well, hello again, everyone. It's your man, Cowboy Star, wishing you all a happy new year. That's right. And it'll be an even happier new year if one Dallas Cowboy team can defeat the upcoming game against the Arizona Cardinals. I think they play at 3:30, around 3:30 Sunday afternoon. So if you're a Cowboy fan, you need to be sure and you're tuned into that game because it's going to be a heck of a game. Uh, I'd like to make sure you all please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of you who have already. So with that being said, let's get going with today's edition of Cowboy Star. Like I said, the Cowboys play the Arizona Cardinals. This is a key game to keep up with Green Bay to get the number one seed. The Cowboys currently sit at number two. And it's looking like we're going to have some help in this game. Tyron Smith is back from his injured ankle, and Coach McCarthy says that he's looking good in practice, and he looks like he's going to be a go for the game against the Cardinals. So that's good news. We always could use Tyron Smith. You know, he's always out at least anywhere from 3 to 6 games. It seems like a year. But I'll tell you one thing: those other 12 or 13 games that we are able to have him, I wouldn't want anybody else at left tackle than Tyron Smith. So I'm not going to gripe too much about it. I wish that he could play the whole 17 games or 20 games, however many we end up playing. But that's between, that's another show, I guess. But yeah, Tyron Smith will be back for the game. The Cowboys may not have as many players, all on the COVID list this time as they did last week. Looks like Quentin Bohanna so far is the only one that is going to be on the COVID list. Jordan Lewis, in fact, has come back from the COVID list, and he's ready to go back to his familiar nickel slot position. Uh, Although Boss Man Fat, that's right, Boss Man Fat filled in adequately for him in the last game, which I was glad to see because I was beginning to think Boss Man Fat wasn't good for nothing but rapping. But he put a quietus to that, and he played a good game, and that's good because he was a second round pick, and we really need him to work out. In other news, one Dan Quinn will not have an interview with the Jacksonville Jaguars in this 2 week window before the season ends. He was asked by permission, the Jaguars asked the Cowboys for permission to speak to Dan Quinn, but Dan Quinn quickly responded that he didn't want to have his interview during this 2 week window left with the season still going on. So that kind of told me a little bit about Dan Quinn's loyalty and where he stands right now. Sounds to me like he's not too worried about getting a head coaching job, and figures if it comes, it comes. The right spot comes available. A lot of people are saying that he may end up back in Seattle as a head coach there if their head coach does in fact step down or end up getting fired. Uh, Francis Bernard, another linebacker of the Cowboys, is out with a groin injury, and the Cowboys have signed a linebacker to the practice squad by the name of Devin Bond. He's been signed to the practice squad. The Cowboys had no other linebackers on the practice squad, so that's the reason that they signed him. Of course, we got LVE, and we've got Parsons, and we've got what's that other? Oh, Gifford. And so they felt like they needed another linebacker to, in case one of those guys go down. I doubt he'll ever see light of the field, but Bond played for the Bucks and the Bears previously, so he has seen game action before in the NFL, and I guess they thought something of him, so they signed him. Uh, Finally, I hated to hear the news that the great John Madden passed away. at the age of 85 the other night. He was a great man, coach, player, and broadcaster, Hall of Famer. Man, I played a lot of Madden football back in the day when I was, coming up, and it was real sad news to hear that. But I looked back the other day, and I really didn't realize that he did a eulogy for Pat Summerall when he had passed away, and it was really touching. If you haven't seen it, you might want to pull that up and give that a look-see, because he really was a great guy, and he really thought a lot of Pat Summerall as well. I know he missed him too after he passed away. But yeah, the great John Madden has passed away at the age of 85. God rest his soul. He was great. He was a great guy. I loved watching him do broadcasts with Pat Summerall. That was the good old days. They don't have those kind of broadcasters anymore, in my opinion. But well, that's pretty much it. I wanted to give. There wasn't a lot going on here with the Cowboys up to game time so far. I was looking out for the COVID list. That's why I was kind of holding off on making a video. But like I said, so far we just have the one player, Quentin Bohanna, that's on the COVID list. So let's hope and pray that the Cowboys show up for this game. It's a home game. I hope our offense is clicking like it was in the last game. Dak looked like that's the best I've seen Dak look in the pocket in 3 or 4 games. And even Zeke was running the ball with more authority than he had been lately. And he got 2 touchdowns. He still didn't rush for a whole lot of yards. But the wide receivers seemed to be getting open, and Dak seemed to be finding them. They seemed to be back on the same page. And this will be the first time that our whole entire offensive line starters will be able to play together in the game. So we'll have Tyron Smith, left tackle. Then we'll have Connor Williams, left guard. We'll have Biotish at center. We'll have Zach Martin at right guard. And we'll have Lyle Collins at right tackle. So that's our whole starting offensive line. Knock on wood, none of them gets hurt in practice, but we'll have our whole offensive line, and I'm going to see if that makes a real big difference. I'm thinking it might in this game. So they better keep an eye out for Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's quick. He can run, and he can pass the ball. So I'm hoping that the Cardinals, they've been in a slump for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I hope they don't get well this Sunday. We'll hold it off one more Sunday. So if we can, because I know what all the haters are going to say if we lose this game. Oh, y'all hadn't played anybody. And now you finally played a good winning team and you can't beat them. But if they say that, maybe there's some truth to that. We'll see. With that being said, we'll catch you next time. I'm out.